Story time. I'm going to share with you how I had 5 kids by the time I was 23 years old. So many people think I have the perfect life and I have it made, and I do today, but they have no clue the hell that I went through getting there, and I'm going to start sharing it with you. So part 1 of story time is how I had 5 kids by the time I was 23 years old. Okay, so at 14 years old, I met the neighbor kid who I swore was the love of my life. We drank, we were wild, super crazy together. Well, by the time I was 15, I got pregnant with my first son and gave birth to my first son right after my 16th birthday. So then, not even a year and a half later, I got pregnant with my second son and gave birth to him right after I turned 18. So keep in mind that I walked across the stage at graduation pregnant with my second child. At 18, I already had 2 kids, and I decided that I wanted to be a stripper. And so that was what I went and did. I got a job at the local spicy club, and that is where my addiction and alcoholism went wild. So here I am, 19, I get pregnant with my 3rd child, and this time I'm working at the club. I actually stayed working at the club until 6 weeks before I gave birth to my 3rd child, and went back to the club 2 weeks after I gave birth. So here I am, 20 years old with 3 kids, working at the club. My addiction, my alcoholism went wild. By this time, my mom had to take custody of all 3 of my kids. So by this time, I was 20 years old with 3 kids and totally in my addiction and alcoholism. And my mom had to take the kids in because I was 20 years old, completely off the hook, could not take care of my kids. And then by the time I was 22, I ended up pregnant again. This time I went to the hospital, gave birth, and they didn't even let me take that baby home with me from the hospital because that's how bad I was. So my mom actually had to pick the baby up from the hospital. And so here I am, 22, 4 kids. Not even 10 months later, I was back at the hospital giving birth to my 5th child. So the last 2 are only 11 months apart. Same thing, they didn't let me take the baby home with me. My mom had to come get the baby. That is how I had 5 kids by the time I was 23. You guys stay tuned and follow for more story time.